Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make our own canine bait. And I'm going to show you step by step how I'm going to do that. It's really effective. Everybody likes to buy their own anyways. It gives them that little boost of confidence. But when you already have the stuff, it kind of changes stuff up. Especially if you're after a big alpha male or you've been missing him maybe. Or I don't know, it's just a switch up. That way you're not using the same bait over and over and over. But anyways, we'll get right into this. Alright, first things first, we got our skunk glands and essence. We got fish oil. We got glycerin. We got our beaver castor. We got sodium benzoate. We got, I really don't know how, I think it's like maybe 2.5, 3 pounds of beaver meat right there. It's kind of been tainted a little bit. We do have a rat, a fresh rat. We got some jars, some 4-ounce jars. There's 4 4-ounce jars. And we got a blender. We're gonna be making some in a paste and we're gonna be making some just cut up in chunks. All right guys, we're gonna start cutting this beaver meat up. This is gonna be the first step. So stay with us. All right, first things first. We cut this beaver meat up and it's tainted a little bit, but we'll help it. It won't be tainting no more if we get it cut up, because we're going to be putting some of this right here in there, sodium benzoate, and it would keep it from decomposing or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started. Shoo! We can get it. Go paper towel. Alright guys, we got step 1 done. We got all our meat cut up and chunked up. I'm gonna have to cut it up a little bit more finer. The next step, I'm gonna cut the castor up and get all that ready. Beaver castor. Ooh, got a good little smell going on there. This right here works really, really well, in my opinion. If I can get it out of here anyways. All we're gonna take is one of these glands right here. One side anyhow. Should equal plenty for the meat that we have right here. It's still got a little oil in that right there. So anyways, it's not a lot of beaver castor, but that is plenty for what we're going to be using it for. Just to mix in this bait. It's going to be really good and effective. Next step we're going to cut up after the castor will be your fresh one and only rat. Alright, we're almost ready to start blending everything together. We got our beaver castor, we got our rat cut up, we got our beaver meat. We still got to add a little bit of that skunk juice. I'll put a little bit on it on one of the chunks of meat before I do grind it. And then we're going to add our glycerin, and I'm going to add a little bit of fish oil, and then our sodium benzoate. See, I'm going to use the tainted, mostly that's already been tainted. I let it taint and then I froze it. You can do it either way. You can grind it however you want to and let it get more air, and then there's a bunch of different ways to do it. However you find works for you, go ahead, I'll stick with that. Alright, we're going to add our rat, one rat. I know that sounds really nasty, but this is for canines. A little gland there. Sure want that in there. Our castor I had chopped up. I showed it to you earlier. And this right here is where it gets fun. So here's, I had a video of me getting this gland out of here. Ooh, and it is strong. I'm gonna take a big old piece of beaver and keep it on a stick. Just enough to get it all on there. You want a little skunk smell in there with it. For some reason, coyotes really like that. Ooh wee. If I can get that off here. All right. Put the lid back on this bad boy, because it is really right. But that's what they say when you put a little skunk in there. I'm gonna put a little bit more beaver in there because we sure got enough. Because I'm not gonna have a super lot. That should be enough chunks just to use. So anyways, we're basically just making a paste out of this. We're going to add our sodium benzoate and glycerin as we go. So anyhow, and with the bone, this beaver bone right here, we can use like a T-bone set or whatever, but that ain't what this video is about. The video is about making bait. Alright, we got everything mixed in there besides the sodium benzoate. We're going to add that as we go. It's going to be about 2 tablespoons per. It calls for an ounce or a pint. These right here is 4 ounces, 4 ounce jars. So we're just going to try to make a paste because I really like using paste. But anyways, let's go ahead and get it done. It'll take a little bit to get this chopped in. So you can add our, we're gonna add a little bit of both of these. We got our fish oil. This ain't gonna take as much fish oil as it is glycerin. We went and add our glycerin right now. I'll get this F&T, they seal this really good. You don't even have to use glycerin in your baits. A lot of people just use them for like antifreeze for their like urines and stuff like that. But we're gonna put a little bit in there. Seems like it always works a little. Not that much. We're going to put some in our other bait too to make it hold. We're going to put just a little bit of fish oil, but we're going to put much anyhow. Well, just a drop of this. That's plenty right there. And then we'll probably add just a drip more when it gets broke down, just a little bit better. Sodium benzoate, it's right here, helps to keep it, it preserves it. So with all these small containers right here, going teaspoons. Sorry. And I probably should have put them at the bottom so I can mix it easier. So if you do that, you know what to do that. Now we just gotta mix them up. Just mix them in there however we can. I really should have put it over here. Let them sit for a couple of days anyhow before you use them, in my opinion. Alright guys, we already got these done. You probably want to put your sodium benzoate in there in the bottom of that. That way you can mix it a little bit easier, but it's alright. Alright, on our chunks, you can see lovely little chunks in there. They've already been tainted just like everything else was. We're going to add a little bit of skunk juice to it before we mix everything up. And this sure is bad. I saved a piece just for this. Throw in there, mix around. And oh, that is legit stuff. If you ain't seen that video, go check that out. Getting the glands out of the skunk. That's plenty for one. Put the lid back on that. Whew. All right, then we're going to add a little bit of glycerin, not a lot. Just a little bit. All right. And I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of fish oil as well. We're not putting castor in this because this right here, we're just dropping this in bait holes. So we're putting a little bit of fish oil, not that much. And this is a ½ pound. So we're going to do 8 of the sodium right here. Sodium benzoate. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and just a little bit more because I missed it. There's going to be plenty of that. We're going to mix it around. All right, we got it all mixed up. I'm going to put this bone and stuff in here too, because I'm going to make a set with this too. I'm going to use every piece of this I can. But anyways, we got everything mixed up right. We got our chunks done. We got our paste. We even got extra. But I mean, this right here is something to do with what you have. I'm going to be honest with you. I usually grind everything up and then put my chunks to the side, but this time I thought it was going to be faster by using this blender, which don't try that because it just takes longer. Alright, I really want to talk to you while I was making these baits anyways. I will always use commercial baits, always, but I like to switch up on coyotes, and I've had good luck doing that with what I just showed you. The paste bait, it holds really well because a lot of times they come in there, they're going to get a chunk, and I like to switch it up. Every dirt hose is different, but some of them alpha males, they get keen on what you're doing. They'll come in and they know what kind of bait you use already, they know what kind of lure, and they're already skeptical of that. So right now I like to just switch up on them, and this right here is a really effective way to do that. You can switch up on them and you'll catch one that you might not have caught using other bait. I ain't gonna say you're gonna catch it with it all the time. Just try. You can mess around with it a little bit. Like if you got a beaver carcass or whatever, use that. Use the bone, use the meat, and maybe you have success doing that. But I just figured I would tell you why I was doing this. And I'm not trying to sell baits. I just know what it takes to catch coyote, and it's worked in the past, and we're going to try to use some on the trap line this year. But anyways, I just want to thank y'all for watching. Thanks for liking. Maybe you can hit the subscribe button, and maybe you can catch us on the next one.